from the Break and Finish Live Facebook stream. 2-2 in the All Tanzanian encounter between Amadeus and Safe. In the Tanzanian versus Ugandan stream, the Ugandan Dog City does lead by 3 frames to 1 against Tanzania's HUSSEIN ABDULLAH, who has been one of the stars of the tour ever since it did start. He has been playing in so many matches. If my count gets me right, he has won 3 and has lost 2 out of 5, and is one of the players in profit ever since the start of the tour. The very latest of them all having been a victor against the Malawian star Sanford Griffin Ginte last night, and that was just after his current opponent Dog City defeated Ginte in this ongoing tournament in the round of last 32 before the two faced off again last night. There has been a miss by Dula. And 2-2 between Janja, as sometimes they call Amadeus, and then Saif Hamad, who is a player, Saif, that has some very good history in Kenya, having reached 2 finals of 2 international tournaments in the space of 1.5 years. That was reaching the final of the Grand MCHANA Open 2023, losing out in the final to the Ugandan Ibrahim Sejemba. He's the guy that beat Caesar in that competition, Saif. And then the Tawi Open World Championship that was played in Kitale, he did reach the final against another Ugandan, and this time was successful, defeating Senyonjo Glorious in the final of the only international competitions in the singles that he has won so far. On the Facebook stream, Saif misses. On the YouTube stream, Amadeus continues in attacking mode over Dog City. I will as well be giving you updates from other 2 quarterfinals that are happening elsewhere, and all Ugandan quarterfinal between Ian and Ibra. That one gives a guarantee that we shall have at least 1 Ugandan in the semi-final, just as we shall have at least 1 Tanzanian in the semi-final, after confirming the result between Saif and Janja. The last quarterfinal is between Innocent Sami of Tanzania and Moses Kimani of Kenya. And there is a pending likelihood of 2 Tanzanians into the semi-finals. And should Dog City win this match that you are watching for the YouTubers, then it could be 2 Ugandans into the semi-finals as well. And that one could be Tanzanian versus Uganda in the semi-finals, and then Tanzanian versus Uganda in another semi-final. But only if Hussein doesn't win this match. But nobody says that he cannot. Of course he can, and that shot is reminiscent of exactly that. After going 3 frames down, the Tanzanian wins 2 in a row and pulls 2 back and comes within 1 frame of Dog City. Saif Hamad 2, Rashid Wagaba 3. And on the Facebook stream, a little bit out of sorts is Saif Hamad wanting to put red off the cushion into the side pocket bottom. Black remains frozen. The bank is missed. The advantage goes to Janja to win the frame, which if he does, will be gaining the lead for the very first time in the match. Break and Finish Live Facebook 2-2 between Saif and Janja. Peter Chebe Live YouTube 3-2 between Dog City and Dula. On the Break and Finish Live Facebook stream, it is 3-2. Amadeus Janja leading against Saif Hamad. Well, the Peter Chebe live stream now has has Abdullah Hussein doing exactly what Dog City did earlier in the match, winning 3 frames in a row, to the effect that now the match is tied at 3 frames apiece, and break of frame number 7 is Dollars. He's one of the stars of the show, just as is Dog City, by the way, who only after Ishmael has won the second most number of money matches ever since the start of the store. Dog City is on the count of 5 money matches out of 7, losing twice, once against Ishmael and then once against the Kenyan, that is Henry Mwangi. But he has won 5, that's against Patrick Mwangi. He has also once against Saif, has also won against Saif Hamad, and then twice against Ishmael. As Dola will be in the mood of wanting to take the lead for the very first time here. If he does win this match, it will be providing a realistic chance that 3 of the players in the semi-final for the YouTubers, sorry, in the breaking video, it is Ruto's network. I'm joking. I'll crop that one out. On Ruto's network. I'm joking. I'll crop that one out. But Dula will not want to crop out any of his clearances. After Dog City starting off as the much better player, Dula has now been the better one, at least for the last 3 frames. But if he's doing this one in some kind of way, in his current visit of the table, it will really have to be special. What he has in mind is the sight of the yellow that is close to black. Of course, it is portable. What he could do for the other yellow that is close to the red, your guess is as good as mine. Maybe try to put both to the same corner pocket bottom right. If the keyboard bounces off the right cushion, if it avoids any contact with the reds, if he manipulates power properly, he could move the keyboard leftwards, maybe into the yellow. He's just a little unfortunate with the resting position of the yellow, but the shot has been played very well. Maybe not very fortunate for Dula. And then the Break and Finish Live Facebook stream, it is now 3-3 between Saif, as Dula banks the yellow in, and will need to put black perhaps to the side pocket on the right to record his 4th in a row, which will be the first time in the match that the Tanzanian international, maybe nowadays officially the Tanzanian number 1 ranked player, to be taking the lead for the first time in the match. He will be waiting a little, but of course Abdullah versus the black for the lead. And yes, it does. Abdullah Hussein 4, Rashid Wagaba 3, race. For a place in the semi-finals. You prefer Facebook or YouTube? YouTube. YouTube, I use two channels. Both are live. Okay. This one. I don't know if it's it's the one. Live one. Four frames to three. Amadeus is in the lead. Why do I call him Amadeus all the time? Maybe because of swimming 2 consecutive matches involving Amadeus. It is Abdullah Hussein. He's one of the players that conduct themselves in the most proficiently professional kind of way. His dress code, his behavior on and off the table, the way he handles disputes, the way he handles victory, the way he handles defeat with respect to the opponent, and a clear source of pride to Tanzanian pole is Dola, the sniper, with 2 other Tanzanians taking on each other on the Facebook stream. That is Janja, Amadeus, Makizilek, and Saif Hamad, who are currently drawing 3-all in 2 matches that are moving at pretty much the same speed. For Dola on the YouTube stream, he will perhaps have only the black ball to worry about, and it is the ball Dog City may count on, and he's making it even thinner by playing the cue ball into the black, and the fact that cue ball is touching with the black, and it has to put red to the corner pocket top left, and then move the cue ball maybe into the black, maybe off the right cushion, maybe round yellow and black, maybe into yellow that is close to black. He must do something here. And ladies and gentlemen, you are watching quarterfinals of the MCHANA Easter Cup. They involve 4 Tanzanian players. It's, in my opinion, the best ever outing of Tanzanian pool in my recent memory. And that is with respect to the 2 editions that the Tanzanian team has come second in the All Africa Pool Championships. And those 2 are the previous 2. He has not gotten himself Dula. He has sight of the black in a direct shot. No way. Maybe banking the black off the cushion at the right into the corner pocket top left. If it's in, then he will be having a 2-frame lead for the very first time in the match. Same time as Saif is contemplating a move that could take him to the lead, having 2 yellows on the table, with him having to play 1 by red drive to the corner pocket top right. Cue ball to bounce off the cushion, then move all the way bottomwards. And that will be okay. It will be a Tanzanian versus a Tanzanian, but he's Saif on the verge of taking the lead. Last time he led in the match was when 1 frame was played, when he led by 1-0. But now he's bouncing the cue ball off the 2 cushions, has full sight of the black. The same black that Dula is playing, the same black that Dula is potting, the same black that is gaining for Dula a 2-frame lead for the very first time in the match. Quarterfinal 1, Abdullah Hussein 5, Rashid Wagaba 3. Quarterfinal 2, Janja 3, Saif Hamad 3 with Saif and the Black. The other quarterfinal does have Innocent Sami lead by 3 frames to 2 against the Kenyan, that is Moses Kimani, while last time I checked was 3-1 Ibrahim Sajemba leading against Ian Kazibwe in the fourth quarter final. If recovery can be described in one word, that word is dollar. He lost 3 frames in a row at the start of the match. Since then, he has won 3 frames times 2. The Tanzanian now leads by 6 frames to 3. I also have that feeling in me that he may prompt some kind of money match after the end of the competition, most especially if Ishmael avails himself, most especially after at the end of the day's action. In the other quarterfinal, an all Tanzanian one, it is Janja Amadeus leading by 4 frames to 3 against Saif Hamad. In another quarterfinal has Uganda's Ibrahim Sejemba against fellow Ugandan Ian Kazibwe. It is Ibra enjoying a lead that is 4 frames to 2, while the very last has got a 3 frames to 2 lead by Innocent Sami against Moses Kimani, the only surviving Kenyan in the event, called see all Kenyans out before the semi-finals. Thereafter tomorrow, dear viewers, we have a team event as the continuation of the Chairman's Easter Cup today, and yesterday is for the singles. All the players involved, 8 of them are already in the money. All of them assured at least 10,000 Kenya shillings, but now they are fighting for 150,000, the prize for number 1, and the cash prizes keep decreasing with decreasing positions. Amadeus. All matches race to 9 for a place in the semi-finals. For the Facebookers, we may have to stop the video to use it to review a situation prior. In the meantime, after a video review from the Break and Finish Live Facebook stream, the ruling by umpire Evans has been foul, with Janja being the beneficiary. In that same time, during the video review, Abdullah Hussein did win yet another frame, now needing to win 2, with Dog City needing to win 7, Hubs needing to win 6 out of the remaining 7, or else exit the competition and exit it now. There has been one money match confirmed tonight. Ladies action. Mercy Mohanga of Kenya to race to 11 against Michelle, the player commentator from Uganda, later tonight. If the game does not come at a time when there is a men's semi-final or final, be sure that it will be coming live. Maybe the other Ugandan Julie could just have played her last match and could be set to proceed home this coming Tuesday. Matches are getting done. There is just one player who is set to join the frail in the arrivals. That is Eshka Chimbwanda, the Zim. Last time I checked, he was proceeding to the Robert Mugabe International Airport in Harare And by flight, there's, if it's most especially Kenya Airways, there's a direct flight that happens for just over 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours actually, between Harare and Nairobi. Anytime soon, Eshka must be at the venue. His business is with Jeremiah and I don't have a money match, rematch of action that happened in Harare, which Jerry won so badly, 21 frames to 9. This coming Wednesday, Eshka will be hosted by Jerry here in Kenya, racing to 21 for 3,000 US dollars. Jerry has not had it his way so far, losing out in the first round to a less fancied young Ugandan yesterday morning. Kelvin hasn't had it his way so far, losing to Jerry in the first round. Sorry, it was in the second round that Jerry lost. It is Kelvin who lost in the first round to Jerry. A few other big name casualties. Ishmael Mtetwa out in the round of last 16. Joseph Kasozi out in the round of last 32. Amongst others, Dog City again so close to fouling, but it could be critical shooting here. He brings the cue ball to the same exact point he would still have wanted, even though he were to put it by plain hand. Even though the Ugandan is trading, clearly that must have been the better shot of the day so far. He will only make it count if he plays red against the rail, put it with the cue ball being bounced off the cushion, and then gets not snookered in between the yellows. He puts, but gets snookered. Sometimes it is called the commentator's curse in sports. If he doesn't find the red, if he fouls, you get a feeling Dula will be finishing the frame and will be needing to win 1 out of the remaining 6 for the victory. 4-4 now on the first extreme between Saif and Janja. 7-3. Dula leads against Dog City. Dog City winning the first 3. Dula winning the next 7. Now Dog City off the cushion left, moves it rightwards. It avoids the red. It is a foul. It is a frame to be won yet again by Dula. 4 frames to 2. Innocent Sami is in the lead against Moses Kimani. As Dula goes for an 8th here, making himself now with the overwhelming favorite for the victory to reach a semi-final of a tournament in Kenya for something that will be happening for the very first time ever. He came short in both editions of the Grand MCHANA. He came short at Team Bike, so he even came short at Club Tawi in Kitale. This time round, he will seemingly make sure. On the other hand, Ibrahim Sejemba leads by 5 frames to 3 against Ian Kazibe in an all-Ugandan quarterfinal, and highly likely it is going to be, at least in my opinion, it could be 3 Tanzanians in the semi-finals and then 1 Ugandan. And this is one of the Tanzanians who is now potting black for the 8th time in the match. He's the guy that needs to win 1 out of 6 for the victory. Highly likely it will be Abdullah Hussein in the semi-finals. He leads by 8 frames to 3. It is in the meantime still 4-4 between Janja and Saif in the second quarterfinal in a race to 9. And while Dog City has been one of the success stories of this tour, he's really proved himself as one of now the elite players of Africa, most especially in performance in the money matches where he has played 7, winning 5, losing 2, and is in a very good profit so far. Now, if he is to somehow try and win 6 frames in a row to steal the victory away from Dula, that one will be the most renowned performance ever since the start of the tour from him, maybe from any other player. Of course, I don't see that coming. I don't see it happening. Not because Dog City isn't good enough to do it, but because Dula is far good in terms of being able to win 3 out of 6 with him having to break 3 more frames. And you fancy he can produce at least 1 apple from the 3, most especially semi-final at stake, with more money at stake, with the pride of Tanzania at Kimas and Kimasas at stake. Also, nowadays he's been a little struggling to reclaim his #1 position, most especially after the challenges of other Tanzanian players who have been performing a little bit good enough, if not better, in the last 2 years. Saif, Sami, amongst others. Does Rashid now given such a powerful break, given such a powerful shooter, with such a powerful pattern, it could be the last powerful clearance in this powerful performance in the quarterfinal by Dula. He will have the work of trying to win this frame, replicate exactly what Dog City did in the last, win a frame by break and finish for Dula. It will not be just winning another frame, it will be winning the match and progressing to another round. He leads by 8 frames to 4. This is the one important frame he needs to win to take himself into today's semi-final that shall be coming up a little later. Now needing to put the last 3 raids to respective corner pockets. One top left, another side pocket right, another corner pocket bottom right. Black is there for the taking. Clearly on the verge of the important victory is the Tanzanian, and what a revelation he has been in this tournament. And his performances have been suggesting that in case any of you have been doubting who Tanzania's best player is, your answer is right in front of you, inspecting the table, making it into the semi-finals of a tournament that he will now start to be one of the very favorites for the victory. Of course, not only because he's playing well enough, but performances in other events in this same tour, including battle victories against Ishmael twice and Ginte once, although he lost twice, once each against those 2. He will be putting red to the corner pocket bottom right and then black to the side pocket on the right, with the keyboard bouncing off 2 cushions. The rest is a formality. In an all Tanzanian dominated competition so far, the best of them Tanzanians is into the semi-finals. Abdullah Hussein outplays and outmatches and outcompetes Dog City. Final score, Hussein 9 and Rashid 4.